All right, so why don't we just start over again? So Mark Twain said that the reports of my death are greatly exaggerated, and I'm here with the gambler Jeff Gann, who I posted a very moving tribute to you because I heard that you had passed away, but this is not true because obviously you're here talking to us right now.
Correct.
So was there a miscommunication or a misidentification? What happened?
Misidentification.
Okay. So is there another gambler, or is that what's going on?
Well, to my knowledge, there was a gentleman by the name of Russell Stallings that was using the name Gambler, and he's the one that passed away. And condolences to his family. But it's a sad thing. But I'm glad it wasn't me.
Were you getting reports of people like asking if asking your family if you were still alive and that sort of thing?
Well, my son Jeff, he had tried to call me early that morning because he woke up with so many tweets about my passing, and so he called me. I was at work, had my phone laying on top of my toolbox. So then he calls me like 6 times, no answer. So he's pretty upset. So I call him back, and I said, "Oh shit, something's wrong," So when he hears my voice, he just breaks down, and starts crying. I'm like, "Son, what's wrong?" And he was like, "Dad, do you not know it's all over the internet that you died?" And I said, "Oh, no, I didn't know." I said, "Hell, unless I'm dead and I don't know it."
Well, yeah, because I heard it too, and I wrote a nice tweet about how you had kind of helped me at a very integral part of my career, and then heard a couple of days later, or a couple of hours later, that it was all a rumor and all a sham. So then a good friend of mine suggested, well, why don't you try and get him on Talk is Jericho so you can tell him face to face and actually have a conversation with him. And I thought, what a great idea. So, so your misreported death led to this.
Right. Yes. And it's great seeing you, man. It's been a long time. And I appreciate all the kind words you've said about me, but man, you did that on your own. I was grateful to have the match I had with you.
Well, it's funny because I'm going to look right here. It was August 23rd, 1996.
Right.
And we're going to talk about your whole career, but let's just talk about this one story. So we were doing tapings at Worldwide Tapings in Orlando.
Correct.
And I had just had a match a few days prior, my first match in WCW with Jerry Lynn, and it just didn't work out. It just wasn't good. I had just come from Japan where I'd been working, 20-minute matches, and they give you 5 minutes, and I didn't know what to do. And I had a really bad kind of cloud over my head because I came back from that match and Terry Taylor said, "I heard you were supposed to be good. What was that? That was terrible." Now, when you're a young guy and you hear that, it just kind of crushes you, right? And you kind of don't even really know what to do. So then I kind of like, and a lot of people are saying, well, what happened to this match? I heard that it wasn't very good. And I said, you better do good in this match today. And so they just happened to put me with the Gambler, which is you. Do you even remember this?
Yes. I do. Yeah. Terry Taylor actually came to me and he said, "Look here," said, "we like this kid. We want to sign him." Said, "I need you to go out and have a good match with him, a good solid match, still get yourself over like you always do, find those little openings where you can get you something in, make yourself look good." And said, "Tate, cut him off occasionally, see how he recovers. But said, we like this kid. We want him to have a good match. Just go out and have a good solid match with him. But get him over good." I said, "Okay, I'll do it." Because I knew that's what my job was.
Right.
And but it was a pleasure, man. I watched the match just the other day. That's probably the only second time I've ever seen it. But I watched it the other day and I said, "Wow, he didn't need me."
Well, it's funny though, because and actually I was going to surprise you. I want to do a watch along of that match with you. I have it pulled up right here and we can watch it together.
Right.
But just so you know, like I'd been wrestling for 6 years at that time. I'd been around the world, Japan and Mexico and all these places. But that time I had really low self-esteem because I was this was the big leagues. And I know and you know too, you only get a couple chances to really make a first impression. And if you lose that confidence, you don't know what you're doing or where you're going and what to do next, right? So it was very integral to me. And never having met you, and I think you led the match, or I had a couple ideas, and it was just like, I'm just gonna go out there and just have a match with the Gambler, and not put any fancy bells and whistles. Just have a fucking wrestling match, and that's what we did. That's what we did.
Yeah, so we really didn't talk about much. Best I remember, we didn't really talk about much, and we basically had a beginning, a middle, somewhere, and a finish. And it's one of the things I learned from Ole Anderson was act, react. And if you can do that, if you can act and react, you can have a good match. And that's what you done. Every time I would cut you off, do a little something, bam, you was right there with it again. And I was like, hell yeah, come on.